What is going on, everyone? Good God, I'm not wearing a hat. I look like a ghost. Shout out to the fresh haircut from the man cave in Lillington.
Shout out to the silver fox right here.
The silver, yeah. I got a couple silvers in there. I don't know if you guys can tell on camera, but it is freezing outside today. We are up here at RPM Motorsports, the one and only. And shout out to RPM because not only do they help me and a bunch of other people go really fast and have some badass cars, but the amount of work that is top notch that comes out of the shop is unreal. I'll have to start throwing in some videos of some of the stuff that we do here at the shop so you guys can get a real taste and a look at some of the badass stuff. I mean, I'll throw in one right now. We had one of our cars, it was a customer car obviously, has our 865 package on it, the new ZL1, and boy oh boy did he ever rip a burnout, so enjoy that. For today, what we are going to be doing is taking the cow off the trailer. We're doing a trade. We're taking the salty chicken back to the house. The cow is going to stay here. Take the trans out, take the converter out. I'll talk about that once we get inside to the warm shop. Alright guys, here in the shop. Jeff, what just happened? Just hit him with the truth.
You really want me to tell?
Just tell him.
John backed his car off the trailer. Alright, I'll give you that. He backed his car half off the trailer with the ramps still under the trailer.
But because of Monster Truck Cowmaro, we were fine. Yeah, I definitely undid all the straps on my car and I was like, dude, why did that happen so quick? And then I back it off and I was trying to find the ramps. Now, a little backstory, when I loaded the car on the trailer, it kind of did like a burnout and slid to the left, so I couldn't see the ramp when I pulled it up. So I was like, where are the ramps? I had my head all the way out, still couldn't find it. Still could not find the ramp, so I was like, all right, I'll just roll onto it, and there it is. And I backed my tire up the trailer and just like, thud, but didn't bottom out. Jeff opens the door like an angry parent. It's like, you're kidding, right? I'm not mad, I'm just upset.
No, I'm disappointed.
He was disappointed. And I was like, dude, it didn't even bottom out, we're good. So I pulled the ramps out, backed her off, we're good to go. A very embarrassing moment, but I just show you guys real life.
It happens.
Real life, yeah.
Especially when Jeff is standing there like, hurry up, because I want to go be a kid today.
Exactly, there was some added pressure. So we got the car on the lift. I picked the lift points on this vehicle. Jeff has to double check them because...
Oh, it's way too late for that.
Well, you'll look at them again. So, what we're doing today is we are going to pull off the crossover. What do you call it? The crossover? The Y-pipe?
Yeah. For
the turbo kit. And then we're going to pull the trans out. I might have to do a little touch-up welding because when I went to Jet Hot it got damaged. But right now we're going to remove the drive shaft. Transmission converter is going to go out and get restalled. PTC converter. It did good for me, but a little bit more tightness up top will be good. So other than that, I guess we'll get to work here and knock it out. Alright, so step one in taking the transmission out, obviously we're going to drain all the transmission fluid.
Ooh, it looks good.
Dude, honestly, this only has like 6 or 7 passes on it. Let's recycle it.
No, it's cheap.
Just kidding. This is probably the first time we've opened the trans and...
It's not hurt.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
Really, it's not hurt. Now, the reason being that we're taking it out is I'm down a little bit of mile an hour up top and the RPM is just a touch higher. So if we tighten up the converter a little bit up top. Now, this converter is good. PTC is known to kind of close up a little bit firmer up top. So it should be all right. But A little bit tighter up top, and I think we're good to go. It feels really good down low, but I really haven't been that fast on this setup. I think that it is loading the turbo a little bit differently. It's making a little bit more heat, which is pulling more timing. So there's a number of different factors that go into this. So when the converter goes out, what we're going to do is, because we have the transmission out, I'm going to send it back down to Bobby Brinkley Transmissions. He's the guy that's been building the 400 for me, and just have him go through it. It feels good, makes a little bit of noise in first gear, but that's pretty common. It shifts a little bit hard in a second, which is also common for a 400. This one's been doing it for a little while, but just because I'm putting a fresh converter in it, I want to make sure all the fluid and everything is clean. So it doesn't hurt to do. Costs a couple $100, you know, hopefully protect yourself in the long run. And honestly, taking the transmission out of this car with no exhaust, covering it up, you know, just pretty much a drive shaft.
Drive shaft, shift linkage, converter bolts,
and
bell housing bolts.
And that's it.
Yeah, cooler lines.
Pretty simple.
It's not that bad.
No, definitely.
I'm not going to be in a hurry. I'm going to be lazy. Why is the phone ringing?
Alright, so because of the way this converter is, it is a through bolt style instead of having the threads in the converters. So when you take the starter out, so we have to lower the car, disconnect the battery, remove the starter, then we'll have access to get that bolt out. Our other converter, the Yank, is not like that.
Right.
Also guys, the Yank is for sale, and if you guys want this 400, I'll sell it both to you. I'll sell you that. It's a 3400 stall eliminator Yank converter. Just got back from being freshened up, so it's ready to rock. I will sell you that and the 400. So yeah, this transmission's getting out and getting freshened up. The converter just got back from being freshened up, so they are good to go. They're practically new. If you guys are in the market for a 400 and a converter setup to make some big power, anywhere from 900 to 1200 wheel horsepower, this setup is good to go. I'll sell you both of them, converter and transmission together as a pair. Other than that, you know, I have no problem keeping this transmission. It's good to me. If I want it gone, if someone wants it, they can have it. But yeah, if you're interested in that stuff, send me a DM on Instagram or something like that.
Baker's dozen.
Watch out, it's going to keep fluid.
How many's in Baker's dozen?
13. Oh god, more than that. Wait, 14? Oh god. Alright guys, just got the drive shaft out. Jeff has the starter out. How many converter bolts you got out? One. It's kind of a pain in the ass. You have to spin the converter and flywheel. Sorry, flex plate. Whoa.
Good call.
Whoa, people would get on me right there. But pretty much, it's simple. Once you get the converter bolts out, then Jeff has to get this big old dango, impact. He gets his impact with a damn extension on it that's taller than me, and gets the bell housing bolt out, and that is pretty much the extent of it. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward, pretty quick. Alright, so as you guys can see here, we got the trans cross member out with the drive shaft loop. All the bolts are in there. If we go over here, we can take a look at what Jeff has got going on. He got the transmission jacked up, pretty much access to the rear. I did screw him over because when we put these solid motor mounts, you can't tilt the motor up anymore.
Oh! Someone put those in tight.
I believe that was you, sir. And this is the struggle of getting the, what are these, bell housing bolts out.
Slide it over
Jeff, trans is out. How'd it go?
Swimmingly.
Rather quick. We're gonna wait to get that sent off. The converter is gonna be going out shortly after we go over some logs with Dusty from PTC. He wants to see RPM drop and things like that, so he knows how much to tighten it up. But you know, it came out rather quickly, as you guys can see here. This was a manual car before, so no modification underneath here to make the 400 fit. Just goes right in there. Different flex plate is all you really need, and a shifter. As you can see, Jeff made this custom. I don't know if you guys can see, but Jeff made this custom box so the shifter sits down and nice in an OEM location. But now is the fun part. Got to mop up, clean up, and then we're going to do a little work to the turbo kit. And that should be it for the day today. Alright guys, so here it is. This is the Y off of the turbo, the crossover. Mounts the turbo here. You got the two wastegate dumps. I had to take this one off to get it out, but what we're going to do is we're going to heat wrap all of this. Heat wrap this. I think Jeff might want to touch up or at least check and make sure that this weld isn't cracked anymore. Other than that, I mean, this is pretty much the meat and potatoes of it. Put these different flex pipes on it. They seem to work pretty well. No ballooning really. You can see they've gotten hot and cold a few times, but biggest thing is just trying to get the heat down, heat maintained, and yeah, so that's gonna be it for this video. I'm gonna plug all the holes up in this, and we should be good to go. Big shout out to RPM Motorsports. Check them out, link below. Follow them on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. A ton of awesome stuff coming out of the shop here. Big shout out to Jeff. Check out Jeff from High PSI TV. And I got my merch down below. Cowmaro tees are in the link below. Other than that, I want to thank you guys for watching. Like always, comment, like, subscribe. We'll see you next time.